Not Aboard Bets, episode number 16. I'm going to guide you through the rest of this NFL season, no matter how many are left. Your host, Robert Kowalski, joined again by my best friends, John Howard, Robert Ginter. Gentlemen, good morning. How are we all?
After that game last night, doing all right. Well, what a game. Anyway.
Actually, it's a very good point. We could kind of start off with that for just a hot minute. I don't understand how much actually was on the line for that game. And there was a lot on the line for that game. So where the Rams were looking at winning like the number one seed, they're now it's probably Seattle. San Francisco's licking their chops. By the way, San Francisco, if they beat the Colts on Monday Night Football, they're 5 straight home wins away from winning the Super Bowl. Just think about that.
They're not getting there.
Just do 5. They're
not getting there.
Okay. Well, let's see what happens the rest of this way. Speaking of that, week 15 was relatively silent. We thought there may have a chance at some upsets, but 0 entries were eliminated. All 10 survived to week number 16. Each pick now with a value of $1.87 million. Guys, there are where you would think things would start to get a little bit, I don't know, conservative or at the very least, calculated. Everyone is just absolutely just choosing chaos. Everyone on sportsbook Twitter and gambling Twitter is coming out with their selections. 10 people. Let's see here. Bradley is on the Saints, the Caveman on Saints, Gary A, the Eagles. This is all coming right off of Twitter. He says, unless there's crazy like movement, he's taking the Eagles on Saturday. Dylan W, the Niners. C3 picks is the Bills. Real Bro is Houston. I mean, there's people like screenshotting their picks early. It is quite the development I didn't think was going to happen. But, hey, I guess if there's 10 people left, go ahead and get really friendly with everybody.
Kudos to Last Man Standing for being like the intermediary beyond all this.
Yeah, no, they definitely have been able to gather everybody and, open up the portal, as they say, to give everyone a chance to, talk about it. I don't know, guys. With that being said, the Saints, this late. I mean, yeah, I get it. You're home to the Jets, 6.5-point favorite right now. The total 40.5. There's down to their third string running back. Outside of Olave, I don't know who they're going to throw to. Entries taking the Saints are playing to win. Clearly. Entries taking Eagles, Bills, Houston. I think they're playing for a chop. Bills are playing for the division or the 5 seed in week 18. Eagles playing for the 2 seed in home games in week 18, and Houston potentially playing.
There's a lot on the line.
Week 18. Rob, if you had, and let's go ahead and pull up a little bit of help here from, let's get the map going here. Over on Survivor Atlas, knowing what's remaining, if you've got this available to you, how would you play out your top 3 here from what's left?
I mean, Vegas is a shit show, so Houston right there, I think, is a play. Washington is a mess with RG3 2.0 not playing.
Don't you dare call him that.
Hey, do we have an audience that's live right here in the studio?
Yeah, I have Joe in the background, not listening to what you're saying, but commenting on what I'm saying.
Okay. John, you mentioned, and this is like weeks ago, you started to chirp about the Houston Texans being like very live to win, not only the conference, but maybe even a pretty sneaky Super Bowl pick from a futures bet perspective. 14.5-point favorite here in week 16. But then week 18, boy, oh boy. You think this would be the play here for you here with Houston here in week number 16?
If I had them available, probably, yeah. Going back to my selection that I had that got knocked out on Thanksgiving or Black Friday.
You took Houston already at that point, I believe, right?
I wouldn't have been able to take them this week. So took Houston back. Oh gosh, I have to look back. They're already selected, but I mean, this probably would have been a New Orleans week for me.
Wow.
Interestingly enough, I wouldn't have had Houston. I wouldn't have Buffalo. I wouldn't have Detroit. I wouldn't have Philly if I had gotten through, and I wouldn't have San Francisco either. So this is one of, and then what happens to Patrick Mahomes last week? Shanked the knee, done. So I was staring at Kansas City for Christmas. So, and I do believe if one of these survivor selections only has the Chiefs available for Christmas, if I'm correct.
Wow.
Okay.
So I mean, if you're putting Gardner Minshew, no wonder nobody is chopping yet.
Yes, no wonder. Right? No one could take. So let's talk about Christmas the week after. It's right around the corner. No one could take Denver. No one could take Detroit. Half the pool has Dallas left at Washington as a 3-point favorite. And then there's the flip side. Pretty much.
Well, everybody could take Minnesota.
Everyone could take Minnesota. Have fun with that. Everyone could take Washington. Well, 9 out of 10 could take Washington. And then one person can take Kansas City as a 6-point dog. And it's a really tough spot, right?
Yeah.
John, such a great point. You could hold on to that team. Oh, you got to hold on for Christmas and Thanksgiving. Okay. Gardner.
Well, I can tell you now,
if we
the
learned
serious hedging is beginning.
Yeah, if we learned anything from the contest this year, I think that the one takeaway for me would be, I really like how Rob G set up his entry. I think it was a smart way to go. It just unfortunately didn't come to pass in Cincinnati that one week, and the Jets just decided to play well. But I mean, if he had gotten through that week, imagine where you might be. I think the one takeaway is, from maybe modeling what Rob did with his entry and what we learned this year is, maybe, you try to leave as many options open as you can.
Sure.
It's hard, easier said than done, but look at where I would have been right now. There's are you banking on Kansas City beating Denver in Kansas City with Gardner Minshew? Probably not. So
No.
I mean, you could take a shot. Who knows what will happen, but it's not.
Yeah, but if that one person, that's their only selection available to them, like you, I think said.
Right.
Yeah, I don't feel good about
and
that.
Look what happened on Thanksgiving. The people that had to take those teams got through. So,
none of those quarterbacks was Gardner Minshew.
Right. It's very hard, like when the NFL schedule comes out and then you're already mapping out what you're going to do with Circa and whatnot. Oh, look at the Thanksgiving Day games and the Christmas games, and you're circling certain games, and then it's just funny as you get closer to them how that changes.
Well, I think what the NFL is doing with those holiday games, they're trying to make those matchups as attractive as possible. So they're going to be taking a lot of the better teams to play those days. That's why it's imperative to have a couple of options.
Sure.
To choose from.
Well, you're getting Detroit and Dallas every Thanksgiving, so and then you're getting those teams for sure, and then the Christmas slate's a little bit different, and then they throw in the Black Friday game on Thanksgiving now too. But no, you're right. No, you're right. It's if I learned anything this year, it's maybe next year in the contest to try to delegate some more
and you're gonna have to take some of those avoid some of that low hanging fruit on some weeks due to those considerations. So you might end up taking like a Miami in a good spot or a Cincinnati in a good spot.
Yep. No, for sure. And I agree. I don't like being on the top team, but there were, a few times this year where we were. So,
all right. So let's do it this way then. I want to go ahead and take a look at from what we know, the entries are taking because of either giving out their pick or screenshotting their selection already. Let's look at everyone's selection and say, where's the most likely upset? How do we get from these 10 to not 10 before Christmas? So let's go ahead and start off. Rob, you first here. From what we know, we have 2 Saints selections. They're going to be hosting the Jets. The Eagles, they are at Washington, 7-point favorite. Niners at Colts, 5.5-point favorite. The Bills at Cleveland, 10.5-point favorite. And then Houston hosting Vegas, 14.5. Where's the upset?
I think it's the Saints.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the obvious answer, but maybe I'm looking at it a little bit through a partiality lens because Jets knocked me out. So
okay, fine. So I'll do it in another way then. All right, they don't have. So it's Olave, right, that they throw to. Bison Dele's out. They don't have Kamara. They don't have Devin Neal, right? So they're down to their 3rd and 4th string running back.
And the Jets are playing who? The Jets are a little healthier.
They're hosting open tryouts right now.
Right.
They also fired their defensive coordinator last week. So I think the next 3 weeks are audition weeks for the Jets. They're just, it's going, hey, we're going to play like scrimmage games and see what
positioning.
We have.
It's draft positioning.
And they you're right. They could win this game because the last 2 games against the Patriots and the Bills. So good luck there.
Yeah.
I mean, the Colts won at Seattle. Maybe they beat the 49ers at home with Felipe Sparks Rivers.
Yeah.
Felipe Sparks.
I don't know. So I'm thinking that there's Colts have to be at least a bit live. I would go with Jets as well. I don't know.
Can Washington beat Philadelphia?
Right. At Washington, maybe?
I mean, Philly won last week, but the team that they beat stinks. So,
right.
And Washington's not a dead team. So,
I think so. I would probably think the only real live, like, give me, I don't know if you want to call it the free square, would be Houston.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you think anybody has a sack to take Cincinnati?
No. At Miami? That would be the biggest upset of the entire year. To come up with a Week 16 Cincinnati Bengals selection. 80% available. 8 of the 10 can take them. Especially with everyone saying who they're already taking. I mean, the 2 guys, Bradley, Caveman, they both are. Not only are they taking the Saints, they already provided screenshots. Good luck, everybody. I'm not rooting against anybody. I'm simply just handicapping the matchups in front of me right now.
And enjoying the chaos of the show.
Chaos. It's all chaos. It's all chaos.
That Philly game is on Saturday, right? So
Saturday. Yeah. So we'll know that early.
You won't even know on the contest show till Saturday night how many were on Philadelphia. So
Correct. So that's exactly the layout. I mean, it's worth. I don't know. Is it really? I mean, if you're taking the Eagles, now you have to watch everyone squirm on Sunday. I think it'd probably be fun. Get it over with as early as possible. And then, of course, everyone's watching Monday night. Oh, wait a second. Actually, wouldn't it be in even the better catbird seat to have the Niners as your selection at the Colts? This way you see everything that may have destroyed in front of you. Right? And now let's say, imagine. Well, okay,
or it doesn't get destroyed.
Or it doesn't.
What's the percentage available on how many can take Samsung?
30. 3 can take them.
Oh, it's 3 people. Okay.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't have had them available because I had them slotted for that Tennessee game where they won.
Yeah.
So
there's a possibility there that I never thought about is, okay, so let's say everyone plays their games. All 9 that took the games prior to Monday night lose.
And
now you've got the Niners, right? So there's one of 2 things that could happen. Either you win the whole thing by yourself,
or you chop it.
or you lose and it's a 10-way chop.
Right.
No
It's like
hedge.
like how Grandissimo played out that first game loss.
Yeah.
The Ravens, and then you're like, oh, they thought you thought they were dead in the water, and then the next
I'm
thing you know,
back.
that's unbelievable. That is just unbelievable. Amazing.
Okay.
What a gift. Holy cow.
That's really, really neat. Guys, not much more to here to add to it. Obviously, with 10 picks left, it's who's out there. And on top of that, the entries making their selections known early does help things from a forecasting perspective. Not much to talk about from forecasting, but that's it. That's
We haven't
episode
seen
16.
that in years past where people are put. Have we?
No.
Like, why?
No.
I don't even know why that's happening. Like, maybe I'm the dumb one. I mean, if you guys are still in it, are you announcing your pick?
I don't know. I'm so far removed from that possibility that I don't know what I would do.
Good problem to have, John.
Yeah, I'd love to have that problem.
Yeah.
I don't see honestly, I don't see the harm in it.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Yeah,
Well,
I get it.
Guys, we're going to have...
Unless you're waiting for the last possible minute for some injury news.
Well, that's what the guy that took the Eagles, he gave that little asterisk by saying, I'm taking the Eagles unless some real chaos happens.
Right.
Well, so look, Christmas is just days away. It's Thursday. Love to have us back here on Wednesday, perhaps, to recap the disaster that may have been this weekend's games and, break before the holiday and see what we could do for Christmas and, the weekend after that. Should see an awful lot shake out, before then. So see you guys in a few. Thanks so much for joining, everybody, and thanks so much for having fun with me here, John and Rob. I think it's going to be a wrap for this episode. See you again, of course. If you go ahead and enjoy what you see here, of course, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you here for episode number 17. Even though we're not alive, we are
Batten down the hatches.
Exactly. See you all next time. Thanks so much, everybody.